This conference will now be recorded.
Correct. And you have the access to that folder, right?
Yes.
I think Vipul has already given you the access of this folder, the November 2023, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Do you have the access or not?
No, I don't have any access.
Oh, okay. It's okay. It's okay. I'll ask Vipul then. No worries. Okay. So, see, let's start from the very basics. So this is how I will be starting. The first lecture, that is today, will be very basics. It will be mostly theory part and installing one or two softwares on the laptops, correct?
Mm.
Maybe few and I think you had a technical background, right? You did
Yes.
something.
Yeah. Yeah. I have. I can finish computer science and also front end and Android developing.
And sorry, which development?
Android developing Java.
Android. Okay,
Mm.
okay, correct. So
Mm.
do you remember that thing now or
No, not right now.
not right now?
Frankly,
Okay.
because after when I just moved to the Calgary, lots of things wind up.
Wind up. I understand this is same story with everyone, with me also. Okay.
Mm.
So, so I will be assuming that right now you don't know anything. So I will be starting from the extreme basic level, and
Okay.
maybe one or two lectures you might feel that okay, these are the things that I already know. But once we will be shifting to certain high level technologies, then
Mm-hmm.
that is where things will get interesting, correct?
Yes.
Oh,
Right.
and see, again, I think we already met, but since it has been a long time, so see, my way of teaching is I want you to be interactive. I want you to ask as many questions you want. Second thing, be more practical. Like, let's have a more practical approach rather than the theoretical approach.
Okay.
Correct? So, I will
Yeah.
be giving you certain task, not today, but maybe after one or two lectures. So, you just have to complete that task now. That depends. Like, again, it's my suggestion to complete that task before the next class, but it's okay. It's Canada, so we know that like the timing is
Yes.
the main issue.
Okay.
Right. Okay. So you have Windows laptop, and which operating system you have? 11?
Yes. No, window
Windows
10, not
Windows 10.
11.
Okay,
Yes.
okay, 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 okay. Okay, so the lecture won't be too long for today. So I'll be just covering the basics, but I will be completing the basics. But yes, let's focus on that because trust me, at high level, these are the only basic things that like actually saves us in the difficult times. Correct? Okay.
Hmm.
So there are two things, client and server, correct? Okay, so
Hmm.
let's understand what is a client in the simple terms and then what is server in simple terms. I will also show you some practical examples for that. So see, the client is the someone, right, who is requesting for the services. That's it. Like what kind of services we will keep on discussing that because that is the part of this lecture, right? And
Hmm.
this server is someone, correct, who is uh, providing those services to the client, right? Okay, so who is this someone in our example? Like in the case of full stack example, this is your computer,
Hmm.
right? And server is again group. It can be an individual computer, but again, in today's world, they are not individual computers. They are group of computers that have high processing power. So I will be telling you all the technical terms that are being used in the industry, right? And once we complete this course, after that, those technical terms will actually help you because we will take care of your references and all. And as an experienced person, we will do some projects also. So we will show that projects in your job scenario, like during your job applications or your CVs, correct? Okay.
Okay.
So So server is are like basically they are the group of computers that have the high processing power and they provide the services to the client, right? Okay, so little things I think we discussed these things already in the first lecture, like the demo lecture, but still. Okay, so let's take an example of the browser, right?
Mm.
So browser, correct. Okay, so this is a client, right? The client will send a request to open google.com, correct? The topic that we are discussing right now is how are we actually browsing a web, and this is something that so there are certain commands that I need you to run so that you know it's a bit of practice in the lectures also. Okay, so the browser is the client and the client will send a request to open the google.com. Now, where is this actually google.com located, right? Let's understand this thing. So google.com is located at the Google servers. So basically we are sending a request from this client, that is the browser. The browser can be any browser. It can be Safari, it can be Opera, it can be Firefox, right? We are typing google.com in that browser and the request is finally being sent to the Google server. The Google servers will validate that request. That comes under the security part. Again, that is again the part of this course, but again at the later stage, right? The request will be sent to this Google servers. The request will be fulfilled by this Google server, and finally they will send a response back to the client. This is the overall structure of how a request, right, and response works. This is the basic structure, but as we already talked in the first lecture, a lot of things are happening in between these two things. So basically when we are sending a request and till the time we don't get a response, there are a couple of things that is happening in between these two things. So what are those things? We have to discuss that, correct, right? So request is you are typing www.google.com. This is the first thing that we are doing. So obviously it can be any website, it can be IFID website, it can be Amazon website, TD Bank, Scotia Bank, so it can be any website, correct? And these are in the letters, correct? Now this request, right,
Mhm.
this request is sent to the ISP. What is ISP?
International standard protocols.
Internet service provider,
Okay, service providers.
right? Internet service provider. Now the example of ISP can be an example.
Mm, mm, ISP
Currently we are
example.
in Canada, so we have Rogers,
Mm.
Bell,
Yes, yeah,
right?
yes,
And then TELUS and then etc. Like,
etc.
trust me, Nidhi, this is extremely important. Why? Okay, just let me show you that thing. So see, this is a kind of a server. So whenever we are developing a full-fledged application as a full stack developer, we have to take care of the front end, we have
Hmm.
to take care of the back end. Now back end includes two things, server and your database. So
Yes.
that is the reason we need to understand this whole process, that okay, these are the things that we have to manage, and these are the things where we have to go so that we are able to manage each and everything. So I just wanted to show you something in this email accounts. Where is it? Mm, file manager, domains. I think they are working on it. See, so this is the thing that we have to manage. Now this is what, this is domain name service, that is DNS.
Yes.
Correct. So it's okay. I'll let you know each and everything when the time will come. So we will actually manage practically. We will host our website. We will create a server. We will manage each and everything. But yes, just to give you an overview, this is the server that we are talking about. Correct. Okay. So coming back to this location, now the request is sent to the ISP. So basically, when I'm typing google.com and if I'm connected through Bell, the google.com is now further sent to the Bell. Bell is an ISP. Now, what is happening at the third level? Right now, the ISP will connect to the DNS. This is important part. What is DNS? Domain name server.
Name server.
Now, DNS is just like a register, right? So it has two parts: the name of the website and the corresponding IP address. So, what is the IP address? So, treat IP address as a location of google.com. So basically, as we already discussed, you are living somewhere, so you have an address. So basically, that address in the terms of computers language is known as internet protocol address. Correct. So now your ISP does not have the record of the IP addresses. So basically, Bell or Telus, or to that matter any other company, does not have the location's actual address where you have to go. Like in our example, we have to reach to the Google server. So that is the reason the request from the ISP is forwarded to the DNS, that is domain name server. The domain name server is just like a register. Now this Google will be compared with this IP address. So basically, the name of the Google will be there, google.com, and just corresponding to the name, there will be an actual IP address of the Google, something like this. Correct. Now, what happens next? The DNS will return the IP address to the ISP. Right. So the DNS will return the IP address to the ISP. So basically, now your ISP has this address. Correct. Then
Hmm.
finally, sorry, you said something.
No, no, no.
Okay, okay. Then finally v means client, correct, is able to see the result. This is what is actually happening at the back end. And this is extremely important because whenever you try to migrate, so let's say you created a website or you created a project, then the client said that okay, now we want to migrate it to some other server. So your existing server will not connect to the next server. So this is where you have to play around. You have to take care of the DNS, right? What all we have to change, don't worry, I will let you know. Correct, from
Mhm.
0 to 100, I will let you know each and everything. But yes, this is what is exactly happening at the back end, right? And we already discussed one more thing, that how is this, so these are just the service providers, correct, these are ISPs, right,
Service
are the
provider.
service providers. They are not the actual internet providers. They are just, right, taking the internet from the backbone and then they are giving it to us. That's it, right? Now, how are these ISPs are the different companies, correct? So how are these IPs connected to the backend, or the backbone? Oh, sorry. Yep, to the backbone, right? They are connected, if you remember, right, they are connected through underwater cables. I hope you remember that, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so they are connected through the underwater cables. Again, just will take 5 minutes to explain it to you. So you can always go to google.com and then click on
Can
submarine cable map,
explain.
right? And once you open this map, you will be able to see the structure. So basically, again, just giving you a rough idea, if you're sitting in Egypt and you want to connect to maybe United States, we are not directly connected from Egypt to the US. So all of these small dots are known as hops, correct? So small
Mm.
dots are known as hops. Hops are nothing, just your IP addresses, different locations. So once you give the request to connect to a server, so you are sitting over here, you are the client, you want to connect to a server which is in United States. So the request will be routed through different hops. This is one thing. Now, another which I want you to do right now is open up, right? Open up your command. Oh, sorry. Open up your command prompt. Do you know how to do that?
Uh, no, not really. I
Okay, it's
just
okay.
forgot.
We have Windows laptop, right? So
Yeah.
for Windows, you need to press Windows plus R key. Windows plus R key.
Mm-hmm.
Press and then type CMD. Windows plus R key and then type CMD. And for Mac, it will be open. Um, so is this kind of black screen available in front of you?
Yes.
Correct. Now, let's type the command together to know, like, so currently we are in Canada and we want to see how are we actually connected with google.com, or to that matter facebook.com, or again any website of your choice, correct? So we have to take care, as a full stack developer, we should know the routing path for that website. So if you are on Windows, type trace,
Mm.
then root.
Press root.
I think it is trace RT for Windows. Yes, for Windows it is trace RT, and for Mac it is trace root ROUT. Correct? Trace root www.google.com
Press
and
RT.
then press enter. Then I want you. to see something or compare something with my screen.
Mm-hmm.
So are you getting this kind of result?
Yeah, a little bit.
Uh,
Wait.
yeah, it's okay. Take your time. Just write this command.
Yeah, I just write command and I just get, yeah, to tell us 30 hops, yeah.
So you are able to see this
Yeah.
this type of thing, right? Okay, so
Yes.
are you able to see IPv version 6?
Oh, wait, I just,
Just match
wait.
my screen.
Yeah, no, not really.
So what kind of result are you seeing on your screen?
Uh, what are you asking me, sir?
Uh, like, did you open that command prompt? This is your
Yeah,
command.
yeah, I already
Okay.
just see the 1 millisecond, 25, 30s, and node. Yeah, 201. Everything is exactly like you have the
Okay,
screen.
okay, okay. So basically, are you able to see this IPv version 6, like the thing that I'm highlighting? TELUS.net.
Yes.
Correct. So
IPv6
see,
telescope. Yes.
yes. Now see, by default, we are able to see IP version 6. So there are two kinds of IP addresses, right? IP version 4 versus IP version 6. So basically, there are two types of IP addresses. IP4 is your 32-bit address, and the IP
Mhm.
version 6, oops, sorry. And the IP version 6 is your 128-bit address. So why
Mhm.
was IP version 6 introduced? Just a small and a practical answer was we were out of numbers for the IP4.
Okay.
The limit for the IP4 addresses was over. That is the most simplest answer. Obviously, further enhancements were also done. IP version 6 is more secure and all. But again, at current stage, like since we are just starting the lecture, this is the perfect answer. The numbers were out of range for the IP version 4.
Hmm.
Correct? Now, the important part is by default, we are able to see the IP version 6.
Hmm.
Correct? But let's type the command again. Just type with me trace rt
Hmm. Hmm.
-4
Trace RT -4.
trace rt then space then -4
Mm-hmm.
then space then www.google.com, then press enter. It
Mm-hmm.
might be a little bit slow, but now the result will be different as compared to the previous result.
Yeah.
Earlier
Mm.
we were able to see the IP version 6.telus.net, that is the IP addresses were masked, like the IP addresses were, see, right, they were masked, they were encrypted, correct? But now, since we have written -4 minus, this is actually not the -4, this is known as -4. -4 means you want to see the IP addresses in the IP version 4 format.
Okay.
Yes, so this is extremely important command. I will for sure write this down, right? So for Windows
Mm.
it is, right, for Windows it is trace rt -4 www.google.com, and
Mm.
for Mac it is complete trace root www.google.com. Correct. Now last thing which I want you to do is see. So is your request complete? Like are you able to see trace complete?
Yes, trace complete.
Perfect. So just above the trace complete, like see my screen and then see your screen. Correct. There is an IP address 142.250.69.196.
Same. Yeah, same.
Same. Let's
Yeah.
copy this.
IP.
Yes, copy this IP, or like better to copy it than to remember it. Just copy this,
Mm-hmm.
then paste it in your browser and then press enter.
The browser, right? Chrome?
Correct. Yeah, any browser, any browser.
Google.com.
Correct.
Mm.
So that was the only reason this DNS came into life, into the technical life, into our life, because as a human, it is extremely tough to remember each and every website's IP address. So obviously you can write the IP address of any, and like the um, maybe iofit.ca. See.
Mm.
So basically now I am able to reach iofit.ca through. Okay, so we have to understand this a little bit. Just see my screen right now. Okay, so see, uh, this is one thing, that this is the end result where we are going, but we are following this process, correct? Now the second thing, we are able to see stars also,
Yes.
correct? So what are
Mm-hmm.
these stars? So basically this means, so let's open the map again. See, now again, request timed out, and then finally we are able to reach at this location. Correct. So see, this is by default not available, but okay. So let's open up that map again. Okay. So star means if you are trying to connect from Egypt to the US, or from X location to the Y location, one or more hops may not be available. Either they are overloaded, or either the physical locations of the, like, these actual cables are not there. So do we think that these cables cannot be destroyed? No, these cables are destroyed frequently. It may be due to storms and all. See, submarine cables destroyed. See, recent news, October 17, an undersea telecoms cable connecting this location and Sweden has been damaged. See,
Mm.
so it is not the case that yes, these cables need constant maintenance.
Mm.
Right? If they are damaged, then what will happen? Any idea? If these are damaged, then what will
Mm.
happen? So let's say the cable between this and this is damaged. Then what will happen?
The internet service between the two nations
Correct.
will be slow.
100% correct. So the
Mm-hmm.
internet service between these two locations, nations, cities, whatever, will be
Mm-hmm.
destroyed or will be disrupted.
Mm.
So, right. So, and this is very common whenever we have a storm. It happens in India also, it happens in Canada, America. So it is a very common scenario. So they have to be repaired constantly. Correct. Okay, now just a little bit of information. So there is a recent project, and the project is, yes, the Opti project. See. Hmm. So see. So this project aims at mapping all the underwater cables, and these dots, like these small dots that you're able to see, these are nothing but just your IP addresses.
Mm-hmm.
They are
Okay.
trying to map each and every cable, underwater cable, into a visualization like structure. That's it, nothing else. So I think this was last. Yes, see. Oops, sorry. See, this was
Mm-hmm.
late, like this was last done in 2005, and this was just the 30% of the network, 30% of the underwater cables.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay, so now let's start with something different. Okay, so we have a language known as HTML. What is this language? Hypertext
Hypertext markup
markup.
language.
Okay. So, like, can you let me know or can you explain why was this language invented? What was there previously? What all issues do we have? Do we had, sorry, like in previous times? Any idea or
Mm,
just know what is an hypertext markup language?
no, no idea about that one.
It's okay, no worries. Okay.
Mm.
So way back when internet was started, it was known as APRANET, correct?
Mm.
Just
Mm.
will take around 15 to 20 minutes to explain you this.
Okay.
APRANET, see, APRANET versus internet. So basically, see. So I'm not, again, it's not a history class, but just to let you know why was HTML invented. So this is just out of curiosity because this will help us when we will proceed further. So basically, APRANET was the first project and it was a military project. So basically, military had different computers and they connected those computers via network, and that was known as APRANET. This is the easiest definition. Again, this is not the technically correct definition because there are a lot of things technically involved in the APRANET, sending of the packages, payloads. So again, I'm not going into that detail, but the major problem in APRANET was, right? Major problem was the computers were not able to understand each other languages. Basically, if you are transmitting a package which is understandable by any other computer, then that was okay. But if you are transmitting any other, like if you're transmitting a package which is written in any other language which is not understandable by the destination computer, then it was a major problem for them. Now, that is during that times there was a person known as, I think, Tim Berners-Lee. Let me just Google that person. Yes, this one. See, Tim Berners-Lee. So basically, this was the person who invented the WWWC. So what he did was, he did was, right. So
Mm-hmm.
Tim simply created a text file, simply created a way to interact with the computers connected via cable. And how can you interact with the computer? In the form of text files, and these text files were known as HTML, hypertext markup language. So that was the reason this HTML was created. So basically, now to better understand HTML, right? So it is a language to which every computer agrees to understand. We have different computers all over the world. Now every computer agrees on a common language that no matter what, we will understand HTML for sure. Correct? And this standard is maintained by a organization, right? WWW consortium, I think. I'm not sure about the spelling, but yes, these should be the, yes. So see,
Hmm.
so this is the company that standardizes the HTML. See, a World Wide Web Consortium, W3C, this is known as W3C, develops standards and guidelines to help everyone build a web based on the principles of accessibility, internationalization, privacy, and security.
Security.
So most of the time, right, like 90% of the time, whenever you are developing a project for a client, the client may ask you, like they ask us, right, that like the website that we have made follows W3C guidelines or not. There are different ways to check whether your website follows these guidelines or not. So they have that like feature, like in the like we have that feature to check now. So always and always we have to make sure that this the any project that we are developing follows the standard guidelines for this, correct? So I hope till now it is easy, right?
Yes.
Right, okay. Now let me just show you this one more example of this thing. So HTML, so please always make sure HTML is only a, let me just write that down. HTML is only a text way to share the files. So you cannot share images in HTML, right? You cannot write interactive features in HTML.
Hmm.
So please make sure this. So for sharing images in HTML, we have a thing known as CSS. So so so
Yes.
so let's understand. If you, so since you have done the front end coding, right, you must remember
Yes.
that
Hmm.
you have a thing known as image tag, right?
Yes, image tag.
Right. So is it right way to write image tag in HTML?
No.
So where should we write this image tag?
In CSS,
Correct. And why should we write this image tag in CSS?
because in the CSS we just put the images according to our size, width, color
No,
combination.
that is also possible in HTML.
Yeah.
That is also possible in HTML. So because image tag has different attributes, correct?
Yes.
Correct. But now, why do you said that image, like the answer is 100% okay, like it's a very good answer. So the image tag should be written in CSS. But why?
Mm.
Because that is the guideline of W3C. Now W3C says only your text related thing should be in HTML. Any media, any interactive features, like
Mm.
as a project, it seems that it is a one project, but it
Yes.
has to be segregated, correct? HTML for only text things.
Mm-hmm.
Now CSS for design related things,
Yes.
and JavaScript for interactive features.
Okay.
Right now,
Yes, sir.
uh, so this is the organization, right? This is the organization info CERN, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's the kind of heritage, like or vintage. The very first website of the world is maintained at this. So this company takes care of that thing. So basically, Tim Berners-Lee, that person. So see, browse the first website. So this was the first website created by that person. This is the first website of the world. So it is still maintained as it is,
Okay.
right? So it is still
Mm-hmm.
maintained as it is. Just a minute.
Okay. Okay.
Yep. So sorry. So it only contains your text files. That's it. So it can contain links to the other files, but it cannot contain your CSS. Now we have CSS also. So we have different ways to make this website more attractive and interactive both. Attractive means giving designs to the website, and interactive means doing something with the website.
Hmm.
right? I hope this is right. Okay, correct.
Yes.
Now, going further, right? Just 40 to 45 minutes more, not much, right? So going further, always remember, right? Server sends us the copy of the HTML, CSS, and
JavaScript.
script files. They always send us the copy of the. They will not ever, obviously, I assume that you know these things, but still, right? So they always send us the copy of the JavaScript files. So again, let's take an example, google.com, inspect element. If I go to this body and I delete it, so does that means this Google has been deleted? No.
No.
Only the copy that was received by me, I am the client and Google is the server. So only that copy is deleted. If I will press enter again, so Google will be back.
Mm.
Correct? So this is one thing. Okay. So another things which I need to tell you is, so let's open that website again. Oh, sorry. Okay. So you can also, so now the browsers, oh, sorry. Just needed to tell you one thing. Okay. So what is the major problem as a full stack developer? Any idea? What
No, not really.
apart from the coding, apart from any knowledge, what is the major problem for you as a full stack developer?
Mm. No idea about this.
Correct. It's okay. So we have different browsers, correct?
Yes,
We
yes.
have Chrome, Safari, Edge, Opera, etc. Now these are made by different vendors, correct?
Mm.
These are made by different vendors. They agree that we will understand HTML. But there are still certain things that can only be understandable by Chrome and by Edge or by Opera or maybe by Chrome and Edge and not by Opera or not by Safari. So as a full stack developer, the major problem in today's world is you need to create your project so that it is understandable by almost each and every web browser,
Okay.
right? So this is
Yeah.
one of the major issues in today's world. And that is the reason why the HTML is also evolving means improving. There are now different versions of the HTML in the market, 1, 2, 3, the latest is 5,
Mm.
correct? So we will
Yes.
discuss those things also, right? Don't worry. So this is one thing. Okay, so now let's download a text editor. Okay, why do we need text editor? So that we are able to write the codes, codes,
Codes.
correct? Okay, can we write this code in Notepad? Yes, we can write these codes in Notepad. Then why we are specially downloading these text editors? Because they have a thing known as IntelliSense, right? So why we are discussing these small things? Because see, I normally tell to the QA people also that just visualize a scenario. When you will complete this course, you will be going to the industry as an experienced person. So as an experienced person, they expect you to know all these things. Obviously, the coding part is separate, but still you cannot go and ask what is an intelligence, correct? So these are the, that is the reason I'm telling you, or we are starting from the ground level, correct? So they have a thing known as intelligence. Any idea what is intelligence?
No, sir. No idea.
Okay, it's okay, no worries. So see, when even if I type face. So it is giving me all these suggestions by starting the word face. If
Face.
I write AMAZ, so
Mm-hmm.
all these suggestions whose starting word is AMAZ. So this is what is IntelliSense. It will give
Okay.
you the suggestions based upon your typing structure. That's it, right? Okay, so one of the most, I would like you to install this with me, right? I especially uninstalled it. So let's download Sublime Editor.
Sublime editor. Okay.
Have you heard about it? No.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, okay, okay. You know that. Okay, it's okay then. So let's download that.
I have Sublime Text 3.
You already have that?
Yeah, I have.
Okay,
I have
so
Sublime Editor Text 3. Okay, okay. Sublime. Yeah, I have.
okay, then it's okay. Yep.
Mm.
Let me just see which is my. Can you just open that Sublime? Like in the
Uh,
meantime, I'm just downloading it, and then you just open that thing.
okay, okay, okay. I will do. Mm-hmm. I have to find it out.
It's okay. It's okay. That's why I said
Okay.
it's been I think a long time since you started.
Yes.
It's okay. So it is obviously available for both Mac and Windows.
Okay. Wait.
Yeah, sure, sure, sure. Take your time.
Mm. Okay, now I got it. Sublime Text.
Correct. Just open that Sublime text. Sublime, Sublime, Sublime.
Okay.
Yep. So download now. Downloading. So did you ever use this Sublime text? Like, do you know how to use it, or what all
Um,
things?
uh, when I was working in the front end, at that time
Okay.
I was using the Notepad and VS and Sublime, but I'm not very sure about the Sublime. I'm
Oh,
not
okay,
very
okay.
much familiar with that one,
Familiar. Okay. So,
but I used it before, yeah.
mhm.
Mm.
Okay. So this is your Sublime editor. So few things. Obviously, we can write anything in this, right? Now,
Yeah.
whenever you have to write HTML, or we will do the coding in this, we will do CSS in this. A lot of things can be done in Sublime Text. This is free version, this is unregistered version. It may ask you to register, but it's okay, you can just press cancel. That's it, correct?
Yes.
On the
Mm.
bottom right, so you are able to see plain text.
Yes.
Click here.
Okay.
Now see, we have a lot of different types of options available in this,
Mm-hmm.
correct? So we are going to start with the HTML, correct? So press
Okay.
HTML.
Yes.
Now, certain things, obviously, like again, this is okay, right? But the shortcut, there are a lot of shortcuts available with this Sublime Text. Just type HTML, just simply type HTML and then press tab.
Sorry.
Press simply write HTML
Okay.
and then press tab. Tab.
Okay. Yes.
So are you able to see the structure of HTML?
Yes, sir.
Correct. Okay. So again, like since maybe later people will watch the recording, so we have to again start from the zeros, assuming that you know these things, but still, right? Okay. So HTML is a language, correct? Okay. So now HTML, it is a language which is made so that browsers can understand them. They are always in the form of tags.
Text.
They are always in the form of tags. And there is a way to write the HTML. Though the browser will complete any missing syntax. Right? This is important, right? So let's say you have written any code in HTML and by mistake or accidentally you have written something or you are completely missing a syntax, right? The browser will complete that missing syntax for you automatically. They are now so intelligent that they will automatically understand that yes, this tag is not like closed or this tag was not started, so they will automatically complete that thing. But right, then the website will not pass the W3C standards. Your website, right, your website will work, you will be able to see the output, correct, but it will not be according to the standards. So please, we have to make sure we are writing HTML in a correct way. And there are a lot of different tools. I will let you know, like in the next lectures. I will keep on letting you know those tools. But initially, at the starting level, we will write the HTML by ourselves, correct? So that we are at least comfortable in this, correct? Okay. So now the HTML is a language which have tags. Tags is something they have, there has to be a starting tag and there has to be a closing tag,
Closing tag.
correct? There are certain tags available which you technically do not need to close and they are known as self-closing tags. Don't worry, we are coming on it, correct? So initially I am deleting all this thing, and this is the by default structure of the HTML file. HTML is your hypertext markup language file. Okay, so what is this doc type? Any idea?
No.
Okay, so again, it will make sense in the like at the later stage of the course, but initially, right, doc type, it is a way to tell the browser that this is a HTML file and treat it like that only. Okay, if this line is clear, right? This line is clear.
Yes.
Okay, so it is a way to tell the browser that okay, the code that you are able to see is the HTML code. And but is it necessary to write the doc type HTML? No, it is not
Mm.
important. or it is not mandatory to write the doc HTML. Then why are we writing it? We always have to write it, correct? So please, like from now onwards, you will always write it that it is a doc type HTML. Any idea why am I forcing you to write this line, or why I'm giving you a suggestion that make a rule to write this line always?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so basically, if anything goes wrong in the file, the browser will automatically correct it,
Okay. If
right?
anything
So
goes
just
wrong.
to avoid the errors at the later stage, so it is always better to write the doc type. So we have to get the things that I just deleted, the meta set and all. Don't worry, we have to cover each and everything. I will also let you know what is the meaning of this viewport and all that stuff, width, device width. I will let you know each and everything. So we will cover it, right? Okay. So see, this is how to write the HTML, and once you have to close any tag, you have to write forward slash, like inside the less than sign and the greater than sign, correct? This is the starting of the tag and this is the ending of the tag, correct? Now these are known as nested tags. So basically this head, correct, is nested inside this HTML.
HTML.
This title is nested inside this head tag, but this body tag is only nested inside the HTML and not the head tag.
Mm.
Correct? Easy.
Yeah.
Right? So this is one thing. So anything that you will write inside the body, right? Anything that
Mm.
you write inside the body will be displayed as it is. Correct? Now, when
Mm.
you will save this file, it will ask you the location. Where do you want to save the file? So let's say I want to save it at desktop fs. Oh, I already made the codes. So demo, by default, the the file extension will be selected automatically, right?
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because we are already creating a HTML file. And how do
HTML
we,
file.
and how do we know we are creating an HTML file? From the bottom right screen,
Mm.
correct? So let's save this file again to the desktop, this demo, save. Go to that file, correct? Simply run that file and see we are able to see the code, correct? Now there are other ways. So let's say you have a website and you want to see the backend or the HTML code for this. Right click, then go to the inspect element area. Once you click on the inspect element area, so these are your tags where you are able to see, right?
Mm. Yes.
Okay. Now few things. Do you know that you can write CSS to test? I'm not asking you to create a new file, right? But I want you to write a CSS to test. Do you know where can you write that thing?
In body tag, right?
Sorry, in
In body tag. Between the
uh
body tag, we can
no,
write the
no.
CSS
We
code.
will not write that. No, 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 no. So please make a habit. We will never ever write the CSS inside the HTML code. So basically,
Okay.
where is my this? So basically, this was the code that we have written,
Mm-hmm.
right? Who is this? Okay, right. So this is the code that we have written, but please, Nidhi, from now onwards, we will make a rule. We will never ever write CSS inside the HTML.
Yes, we can create another CSS file and connect
We
to the.
the HTML, right? So that
Yes.
is the permanent way to write. So let's say I want you to test how this website will look by adding a CSS. You don't want to create another file, but you just want to see how your website will look. So you have this element dot style. So you have this style element.
Yes.
So like my screen is visible, no?
Yes, sir.
Correct. Okay. So let's say you want to give the background to it. See, background color red. See,
Okay.
correct. So
Mm.
if you want to do certain testing on your websites with different types of elements and all, so you can always do this. Right, so there are a lot of things, right? See, background, attachment, blend, copy, image, origin. So there are a lot of CSS properties, but we will discuss when the time will come. Correct. Okay, now another thing, do you know how to, okay, so if you want to write JavaScript in this, if so, this is simply a text file because this is the HTML file. Now I want my website to be interactive also,
Mm-hmm.
and interactive means I am able to perform some kind of action. Okay, can you explain interactive to me?
Interactive,
Interact
that means,
in a simple term, obviously, like
in a simple term, that we can see the movement. Just how can I explain?
yeah, just think, it's okay, it's okay. Okay, so see, if anyone says that we want to build an interactive website, so basically that website, interactive website means,
Mm-hmm.
okay, so this is an interactive website. Why is an interactive website? Because this website is demanding from a user to do something. Correct. So
Mm.
maybe it can like, maybe like it is asking you to search something, maybe Marvel Legends.
Mm.
So we are, the website is forcing us to do something, right? So can there be static websites also? Yes. Examples of static websites. See, let's understand the difference between the static websites and the interactive websites. Mm, 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 mm. See, so to put it short, static websites consist of various files that are stored together on a single web server.
Mm.
Correct? They are not demanding you to do anything on it, right? But the dynamic, see, the Hugo. So this can be treated as a static website because this is just simply giving you the different information. Any companies, like, so let's say open up the any like the company's website. So let's say Tesla website. Most of the websites are not static today because they may demand you to create your account on it. See, now this is a kind of static website if you are not considering the shop option inside this. So if we are not able to see the shop information, or we are not able to like the Tesla is not providing us the ability to shop anything on their website, then that is known as a static website. Correct. So currently this website is static, and obviously I will let you know when we will start JavaScript also, but still this is the console. Are you able to see the console?
Mm. Yes,
Right.
sir.
This is where you have to write your JavaScript. ALERT. So let's say I'm writing this something. Correct.
Mm.
And I'm pressing enter. See, now this web page says hello there. So with the help of JavaScript, you are able to make your websites interactive.
Okay.
Correct? Okay. So let's understand the few tags of HTML, and that will be enough for CSS. I'll be starting the next week, and then I'll give you a little bit of homework. So that will
Okay.
not be not be very tough, but just to get an overview of different types of tags. Okay, so this was something that I made. Okay, I think mm, let's close this. Let's open a file. Go to that folder. We don't need much. Open. Okay. So this was something that we already discussed. Okay. So title tag. If you write anything in your title, correct? Obviously, I assume these are the very basic things, so you might know these things. So the the text that we are able to see in the tab is your title, correct? This is your title,
Title.
right? Okay. Now I want you to tell you something. Okay. Is your Sublime text open right now?
Yes.
Okay. And do you have you selected the HTML only?
Yes.
Okay. So like inside the body, like
Mm-hmm.
type lorem, Lore
Lorem
m
ipsum, right?
lorem ipsum. Yes. Do you know what is this?
Yeah, the dummy. They provide the dummy text.
Correct. So basically, lorem ipsum, for anyone like who will be watching this video later. So lorem ipsum, again,
Mm.
it's a standard to use different text on your website. So whenever, correct. Oh, back to main. Okay, yep. So whenever we are giving a demo to the client, we
Mm.
cannot use the random fonts, random text, copy pasted from somewhere else. No, that is technically not allowed. Whenever we are creating a project, we have to use this lorem ipsum. Correct? Again, lorem
Mm.
ipsum is simply a dummy text of the printing and typesetting industry.
Mm.
Right? So basically, we are just telling the client that okay, once the original text will be replaced, like at the place of lorem ipsum, the website will look like this. Correct? So to print, to show the lorem ipsum in your Sublime text, there is a shortcut. You can just type LOREM and then press tab. That's it.
Okay.
Right? So this is how you are able to see the lorem text. Okay. So now let's understand one thing. Yeah, so this was the message that might appear on your screen, and again they ask you to register it, but it's okay. You can also carry on with the unregistered version. Okay, so now open up the website again. Okay, so see, all the text is appearing in the one line, correct? So we have a tag known as p tag, right?
Mm.
Tag again is the starting tag. We also have to close it
Close.
once we save, correct, and oops, sorry, and then we refresh. Now it is in a different paragraph, right? So these are certain different tags. Okay, now can okay, is there any other way to display these if I'm not using p tag? Assuming that I am not using p tag, then
Mm.
is there any other way by which I can, like, I want this hello there and this thing in different lines?
Heading tag H1.
No, break tag.
Yeah, BR tag. Yes, we can use the
Br
BR.
tag. Yes, correct.
Yes.
So this is br tag. Is this the right way to write it? Will I be able to see the output?
After BR. Yes, we can see because we don't need to close the BR tag, right?
Correct. This is the right way, like technically this is wrong way to write it, but still we will be able to see the output. Why we are able to see the output? Since we already discussed that yes, browsers are so much intelligent that they will automatically convert this into a valid tag. But
Well,
in reality, it is always suggested to write it like this,
yes.
right? Br tag. Now, this thing will make your website according to the standards of W3C.
Mm-hmm.
The output will be same. See, the output is same. There is no difference in the output. But when we will copy this website or basically test the website that this website is according to the W3 standards or W3C standards or not, then if you are not writing this thing, then it will not be according to the W3C standards. Correct?
Yes.
Right. Okay. Now, few things which I would like to tell you. Okay. Now, if I want this text, so let's delete. Let's delete. Okay. So this is a sample text. If I want this text to be in bold, so what can I do?
In the next line, we use the BR tag, and then between B tag, we use this one for the bold. Or another one, we can also use the H1 tag. No, not H1, only B.
Correct. So H1 is not the right answer.
Yes,
H1,
B
H2, H3, H4, H5, H6 are the different headings. Correct.
for the
But if
headings.
I
Yes,
want this text to be in bold, then I have to write
B tag.
something known as B tags. Oh, sorry. Yes. Now this thing will be in bold. Now what I want to tell you over here is now B tags are not being used in the industry.
Mm-hmm.
Correct. So like, do you know this? Like, which other tag do we use now?
Not the. No, not sure. No, I'm not
Okay.
sure.
So basically, B tags are not being used in the industry. Now we use strong.
Okay.
Now we use, oops, see, the output is same.
Same.
Inspect, right click, see, the strong.
Mm.
Okay. Now, why we are not using the B tag and we are using the strong tag? Any idea?
No, sir.
Okay. So what happens is, see, with the advancement of technologies, right?
Mm.
We now have different devices across world. We have cell phones, we have iPads, we have laptops, we have different monitors, different resolutions. So now the current technology says that this B tag, this B tag is not rendered by certain devices. Basically, if you're writing B tag, the the device which is ready to understand this B tag, then your website will work fine. But if you are using your website, let's say you are using it in accessibility mode. So we have the websites that are now made in the accessibility mode. Accessibility mode say means assume that a person is not able to see a website, he or she is blind, then we also have to take care about that, like for that section of the society which is like physically not like physically not okay. So for that we need to make the websites um, uh, accessible to those people also. Now they have these special devices. That device is like not ready to render this B tag. So that is the reason we avoid B tags. Okay, one more example. If I want to do this italic, what was that? What was the way?
For the italic, we have two way, I and emphasize EM.
Correct, correct. So for
Mm,
italics, sorry, yes, right. But again, the same reason we will not use I, we will use emphasis.
emphasis.
Correct, we will use emphasis. The first lecture is very basic, I know. From next
Mm,
like thing, have you ever used Flexbox and all?
mm, Flexbox. Yes. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, okay. And Bootstrap?
Bootstrap. Yes.
Okay, perfect. So maybe two lectures will be okay, but not, I think you have not worked on JavaScript and all.
We have to work on JavaScript. I'm not sure. I'm not pretty much sure about the JavaScript.
No, like, did you ever work on JavaScript?
Yes, little bit I did.
Okay, little bit. Okay, no. In this, we have to do that extensively.
Yes.
Node.js, JavaScript, React. So we have to cover a lot of technologies, right?
Mm,
Yep.
yes, sir.
Okay. So we have to use emphasis tag in this. Nothing beyond this. Okay. So these are some of the features of the HTML5. So technology is being advancing day by day. Again, the only task that I want you to do is again go
Okay.
to W3 Schools HTML5.
Mm,
Correct. Go to this HTML tutorial. Try to read as many tags as possible. Just read it. For you it will be easy, but for any person who is not technical and they are watching the video, then they might take some time to recognize this.
okay.
Correct. Okay, now again we have different tags. Sorry, I would like to let you know something. Okay, not a very major thing, but still, do you know the difference between tag and an element? Any idea?
Uh, Tag and the element. Mm, no.
Okay, so this is a tag. This is known as a tag, correct? But
Yeah.
if it contains a text, it becomes your,
Element.
that's it. Simple answer.
Okay.
Nothing. Correct. Okay. So the thing that I want everyone, like again, the person who will be seeing the videos will be that please go over here and try to do some basic tags over here, right? We have different tags, table tags. We will keep on using the tags as and when required, but still, just for practice, you can start with these tags. Okay, just a small example. If you want a horizontal line over here,
Mm-hmm.
you can
HR.
correct.
Mm,
We have to develop these websites and we will write the HTML codes by default, like from the scratch, sorry, right? Yep. So let's discuss about few tags more. These are the most common types of tags that are being used right now. Okay. So again, this is the body tag,
mm,
right? Now these are the different headings inside that.
so,
Even Nidhi, I will ask, like, request you also, if you don't have a long practice on it, like if you have left the coding way back, then just
yeah.
like brush up your knowledge whenever you get time.
Okay, sir.
And do you have my number? No.
No, I don't have your numbers.
Oh, okay. I will ask Vipul to send you my number.
Mm. Okay.
Then you can talk to me directly if you have any issues.
Okay. Thank you so much.
No problem. So because at this level, honestly, you won't be having any issues.
Mm-hmm.
For 2 or 3 lectures, there will be not much issues from your end. But once we start the actual coding,
Yes.
JavaScript, Node, that is where things will get tough.
Yes.
Right? Okay, so these are the heading tags, right? So let's understand what heading tags. Again, I will let you know a lot of different resources you must have not. Yep. See, Nidhi, this is one of the best resources for a full stack developer.
Yes. Mozilla, right?
Yes, 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 yes.
Okay,
This
okay,
is
okay.
the best resources, right? Guides, HTML, CSS, JavaScript also see how the HTML structure works. So this is something I normally request everyone to keep on reading. It is not a one-day task. So whenever you get time, whenever you're free, sitting idle or something like that, you can just keep on reading these things,
Okay.
right? Okay, so yes, the heading tags. So again, we have the first link is that only. So we have six different types of headings, right? Yep. Okay. So we have six different types of headings available. H1 being the largest and
Mm.
H6, sorry, being the lowest. I think they have not used. Correct. So this should be H6. If
Six.
I, yes. So H6 is the smallest one and H1 is the biggest one. That is what I have done. If I run this page 2.html, I will upload this on your like the folder also. Then I will share that folder with everyone. Correct. So these are the different headings: H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, and H6.
Six.
Correct. These are the different headings. Now, right. Okay. So we already discussed about this p tag. Now we already discussed about this em tags. Correct.
Mm.
Again, this strong and this bold are doing the same thing. This emphasis and this italics tag is doing the same thing. Why we are using the emphasis? Because now it is currently being followed in the market. It may change, obviously, with the evolvement of HTML. They may change emphasis again, but till now we will be using emphasis. Okay, now another important thing that I would like to let you know is, before we wind up this session, is the ordered list. Correct. So this is, there are two types of list available, right? uh, 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 uh.
Order and order.
Correct. Ordered and unordered list.
Unordered.
Correct. With ordered list you will get the option by default 1 2 3 4 5. Correct. With unordered list, this numbering will not be there. Correct. This numbering will not be there. Now, see, this ordered list is the starting tag and this ordered list is the closing tag. Inside this ordered list, we have the list items. Correct. This is the list item 1, list item 2, list item 3. Can we now nest any other list? Yes. So let's say I want to create a structure like this. This is what we have done. This is item 1. This is item 2. This is item 3. Now this is item 3.1. This is item 3.2. This is item 3.3. This is what I have done. Item 4 and then item 5. So basically, again, this will get confusing when we will write bigger lines of code, because nesting is an important concept. Now we need to understand that this item belongs to the main ordered list or the unordered list. So this item belongs to the main ordered list or the unordered list. So if you want to create ordered list, you can write OL. If you want to create unordered list, you can write UL. Correct. This is the sub part or or child of this ordered list, and This item is the child of this, correct? So this is another list inside this list item. I hope you're getting the point, right? This is another list inside this item, and this is the by default list which was in the parent tag. See, this item will have this unordered list, and this unordered list will again have this item. Can I also create ordered list in this? Yes, I. So currently we are able to see this as the output. See, item 1 1, right? If I change it to the ordered, oh sorry,
Well,
ordered list, now what will be the output? It will be
dots.
no dots. Ordered list has
Yes,
1 2.
yes. One, two,
Unordered
three.
list has dots, correct?
Mm. Yes, sir.
Right. So this is important concept because this is very much used in the industry. So we have to take care of the nested things. Okay, so just a small question. So these are all the list items. What happens if I create another unordered list inside the ordered list? Any idea what will happen now?
Mm.
Now what will happen? Now think what will happen. Let's run it. See.
Mm.
So any idea what happened now? Any
In the main item 4, it will be a child of item 1 and item 5 is an order list.
so item 1 and item 5 are the child items of
Of
the item 4.
item 4.
So the same thing that is happening over here is the same thing that happened over here. That's it. Can you further, if I want to create further child of this, then what can I do? If I want to create further child of this, then what should I do?
Another order list and
Unordered list or ordered list, anything.
order list, yeah, whatever we want.
Yeah, whatever we want, correct.
Yes.
Now, see. And since it is ordered list, so 1 is appearing over there. If it would have been the unordered list, then nothing would have happened, correct? So these dots can also be changed, but we'll let you another way. We will not use HTML to change these dots. We will use CSS to change the dots, correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, so again, this is lorem ipsum. We discussed about that thing. This is again the closing tags. Now let's discuss about last two scenarios. That's it, and then we are done for the day. Okay, so okay, it's okay, like I'll let you know in the end. Okay, so this is image tag, correct? So image, there are certain tags available in the HTML which have attributes associated with it, right? So certain tags have attributes associated with them. What are attributes? Any idea? What do you mean by attributes?
No, sir.
Okay, it's okay. So which phone are you using right now? Android or iPhone?
iPhone.
iPhone. If I ask you what are the attributes of the iPhone, that means I am asking you what are the properties of your iPhone.
Okay, the
So by
properties.
properties, what, like I might ask you what is the screen size, what is the color,
Mm-hmm.
right? So these are all the attributes of a certain tag or of a certain product. Okay, why do we need attributes? Like what are attributes actually helping us to do?
Mm, for the arrange the size.
Yeah, like in anything, like in a general language, in a, again, if you are taking example of your iPhone or my iPhone or anyone else's phone or car, what are attributes actually telling us? Attributes are giving us the additional information for that particular product.
Yes,
Correct.
yes,
So
right.
if you are using an iPhone of white color, black color, blue color, then that is an additional information regarding your iPhone. So similarly, when we have to give additional information, sorry, yep, yep, when we have to give additional information to this to certain tags, then we use attributes. Attributes, right? Attributes are always in the format of key and values. They will always have the format of key and values in any language. Even if JavaScript is there, we have certain attributes in JavaScript also, right? So they will be in
Yes,
the
sir.
format of key and values.
Mm.
So okay, so this image is the tag because when we will start with XML part, again these tags are important. Correct. So image is the actual tag name, width is the attribute name, and 80 is the value assigned to that thing. Height is the attribute and 50 is the value assigned to that thing. Alt is the attribute and this is the value assigned it to that thing, and the value will most of the time be under the inverted commas.
Okay.
All right. Now this image tag says that there is an image and we want to display that image on the web page, right? And to display that image on the web page, you have to give the location of that image, that is the source of that image, that is src. Src is equal to the actual location of that image with the extension of the image. If the even the extension is wrong, you will not be able to see the image. And if you are not able to see the image, you have an option to display the alternate text. This alt attribute says that if the image is not available or it's not visible due to some reason, then the user will see that thing that you have actually written inside the alt tag. Correct. So let's run this code. See, currently I'm able to see the image. Currently I'm not able to. I am not sure if you are. Oops, sorry. Okay. Yep. So currently see the image is not visible on the bottom of my screen, but I am still able to see the text, and this is the alternate text. Correct. It
Mm.
is only visible if the image is not there. Okay. So why am I not able to see the image? Because the address of the image is not right. Correct. So
Mm.
let's read this thing because again, now will I be able to see the image? Hopefully, yes. Yes, now I am able to see the image and oh sorry, and that text is now gone. Now I am not able to see this text. I hope these things are easy, right? Okay,
Yes.
so earlier what was wrong in the path? In the next class, I will also let you know about the absolute and the relative paths.
Okay.
So again, two or three, like one or two classes, this and maybe the next class will be the basics, and then we will jump on to something bigger,
Okay, sir.
right? Okay, so why I was not able to see the image? Because
Uh,
this was the
before
full,
this,
sorry,
yeah, the path is not perfectly
the
correct.
path is not perfectly correct, 100%. And also one important thing, again, this will help you to understand the hierarchy of the server when we will actually start to work on the server. Then this will help you if your image and the file where you are accessing that image are in the same folder, then technically you do not need to write the full path. You can simply write the name of the image, but extension should be there. Even if the extension is PNG, it will not be visible. See, now the image is not visible. Right now, last topic for the day is this thing. So, what is this AHREF?
It just stands for the anchor tag, in which we can just provide the link.
Correct. Hyper. Any idea what is this? And what are the attributes for this?
Yeah, yes, I know, but what is it
Correct.
called? We can generally use.
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
Uh,
So that's right.
yes, we are
So
using
see,
for the URL location, right?
yes. So basically, when we want to navigate from one page to another page, then we use this href attribute. This href is the attribute and a is the anchor tag, as you already said. So your answer was
Mm,
100% right. The a is the anchor tag and href is the attribute, and this is the value of the attribute.
value of the attribute.
Correct.
Yes.
So this says that this anchor tag will navigate to this location when the user will click on this text. So this is the starting text, this is the starting of the tag, and this is the ending of the tag. And
Mm,
anything that you want to display, see, so some text when the user will click. So when I'm clicking over here, I'm navigating to the Google. Okay, what
Google.
happens if I don't give anything over here? What happens now? What will happen now?
Mm, uh, it will directly show the Google, right?
No, it will not show us anything. See,
Okay.
technically that link is gone.
Yes,
So
sir.
that means you have to type something always over here so that the user is able to see that thing and click on that thing.
Mm-hmm.
Right? See, some text when the user will click, the new page will open. See, over here we are opening Google, and over here we are opening the new page. See,
Yes, sir.
correct? So also another thing, when you will keep your mouse over this link, on the bottom left part of the screen you will be able to see the link where you are navigating, that is www.google.com. And on the next link I'm navigating to that particular file, 3page.html. See,
Yes, sir.
right? So this is that part. Right? Any doubts till now? I hope this was like pretty easy, right?
Yes, sir.
Correct. Okay, so now let's do just last thing, sorry, before we go. Yep. Okay, so to understand W3 school, see, A is the element. Oops, sorry. A is your element, and these are all the attributes. Correct. So currently we are using the href attribute. You have media also, ping also, relative also. Correct. Now I want to like just let you know one thing, that is target. Okay, have you ever used target?
Yes, sir.
Correct. So what is target? Again,
Uh,
target is your attribute, underscore blank is the value given to that attribute. This will be very important, honestly. Like, okay, let's run that code again. I think 2 page. Yep. See, earlier this tab only went to the Google, but now when you're clicking on this, it is opening up a new tab, and in that tab we are able to see Google. So basically target underscore blank means it will open up a new tab, and this link will be available or visible on that tab. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Correct. Okay. So see, underscore blank means opens a linked document in a new tab or window. Okay. Self means
Self,
opens
that
the link.
means
Yeah, the
document.
same tab, it will open up the link.
Yes, sir.
So obviously this is by default.
Yes, sir.
Correct? Okay. NAND, the parent means
It will go to the directly to the first page. That means the parent page.
any example of
Okay.
this?
If we are writing a parent and we are working on the third or fourth page after the index, when we click over there, it will directly goes to the first index page,
Correct. It goes to the root hierarchy. So basically, index is your root page.
root page. Yes, sir.
Yeah, it is the root structure of the directory. Okay. Just last 1 minute now. Top is something like we don't use much, but it is acting by default like that only. So let's try to refresh it and then click on here. Yeah, top is like something else which is like not used right now. We will use it later on when we will
Okay.
write the CSS. Okay, and there are things known as iframe. It's okay, I'm not going into that detail. Basically iframe, I hope you know that, like Nidhi knows that, but maybe not anyone else. So when we are, so basically this is a web page, and if you want to embed something inside this much area, that is done through iframes. But now since the technology has advanced a lot, there are other ways to do that also. Again, we will keep on discussing those things. Okay, so we are done for the day. Now tell me, Nidhi, if you have any doubts.
For today, I don't have any more doubts, sir.
Yeah, yeah, obviously, yes, I assume so. So just keep on doing a little bit of practice on W3 schools.
Okay.
Correct. This is one thing. Second thing, so the, yep. So this full code, correct? Uh,
Mm.
it's okay. We'll give you an introduction later on. Okay, so these every file that I will be making. Okay, so this is how your recording will work. See, just see the index structure. Okay, so you will have the access to this folder. Just no, this is already given to you. This is your email ID, right?
Which one? Yeah, but
Yeah,
I
so
didn't
it,
check in.
no,
Okay.
so open up your Google Drive if it is possible right now.
Okay, okay, okay. I will do.
Yeah, just open up your Google Drive.
Yeah, sure, sure. Wait. Okay.
So
Yes.
on the left hand side, click on shared with me.
Wait a sec. Sorry.
Yeah, on the left hand side, click on shared with me.
Okay. I think. Okay, okay. Wait a sec.
It's okay, take your time.
Okay, said with me. Yes, November 2023 batch.
Correct. So this is the folder where you will have the access to each and everything that we are doing in the class. These lectures will be recorded, the link will be provided. So once you open this thing, so I will be making different folders date wise whenever we will have a lecture. Inside this, I will enter the class notes which are already there. I will also copy paste the code that I have made as a demo code, correct?
Okay, sir.
And I will also create a separate file in this, and where I will be storing the links of the recordings, correct?
Okay.
Right, sure. So now tell me before we go, if you have any doubts, just
Hmm.
keep on practicing this. Please make your hand or a little bit brush yourself with the different tags which are common tags. I'm not asking you to go in details.
Okay.
That is actually not required. Just the common tags: b tag, no base tag, no article tags, no area. Don't worry, I will let you know each and every resource.
Okay.
Yeah, just the tags that we have done. Don't worry about the footer. So footer is a new tag of HTML5. See, yep. So footer is nothing but they are simply telling you the, so it will actually not make any difference on the website, but it will tell that W3C standard that treat this thing as a footer now. But it's okay,
Okay.
don't worry. Let you know when the time will come. So we have to cover each and everything. So just focus on the basic div tag, directory tags. So just these things, and also do the table tag also, correct?
Okay, I will do.
Right. Okay. Then so you will be free on next Tuesday, right?
Uh, yes, I'm free on Saturday, Sunday too. But there is class on weekend?
We'll plan with Vipul and we'll let you know. Don't worry.
Okay, okay. Just let me
Correct.
know.
Yeah, sure.
And yeah, okay. And I will ask him to send me your number. So if I have
Oh
any
yeah.
doubt, I will directly ask you.
Oh yeah, yeah, sure. 100%, 100%. No problem. No problem. I'll send you the number right now only. Don't worry.
Okay.
Sure. Okay then. See you in the next class. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay. See you and thank you
Thank,
so much.
thank you.
Yeah.
Bye.